Welcome to Arts and Entertainment Ministries and our series on the 10 Commandments for artists and creative professionals. Today we're going to look at the 5th commandment from Exodus 20, which reads, "Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land that the Lord your God is giving you." Now this commandment may seem far removed from the art you create, but it has profound implications for your entire life. Before God tells us not to lie or steal or murder each other, He starts here because your family relationships are at the very heart of all your other relationships. Now, there are artists who have had awful childhoods. They grew up with unhealthy parents, from examples of the great writer Dostoevsky to the painter Jackson Pollock. Many artists have had awful childhood. But this commandment doesn't mean pretend your parents are perfect and have some fake relationship with them that denies these offenses. God is the God of truth as well as love. He's not asking you to deny your pain or abuse. And it's important to note that God has requirements for parents as well. Over and over in the Bible, we see God calling parents to love their children, to care for their children, to help them to grow up to be healthy, godly men and women. God hates it when anyone takes advantage of children, abuses them, or is malicious to them. You see, God is asking something of both the parents and the children. See, first, it requires that parents love their children, and second, it requires that children honor their parents. This is the building block of society. If parents do not care for their children, and children do not respect their parents, our entire culture will fail to be healthy. You see, a healthy workplace, a studio, a production lot needs to be built on these same basic relationships. There's no workplace slogan or United Visions grand enough to overcome a lack of respect and love. We need this foundation. You show me a self-entitled, angry boss, and you'll find bitter, fearful, unhappy employees. On the other hand, show me a disrespectful employee, and you'll find a cancer spreading throughout your organization that leads to gossip, slander, and maybe even violence. So what does it look like to honor your parents? Well, it means basically three things. First, you strive to forgive them. Second, speak in a kind and respectful way to them. And three, behave in a caring way towards them. As long as your parents are not doing something illegal or against the Word of God, this is how we should try to respect them. The same is true in the workplace. When it comes to authority figures, you should seek to forgive your boss. They're going to make mistakes. Speak in a respectful way and be kind to them. And naturally, the exception to this rule is if your boss starts doing something illegal or something violating the Word of God. It's a good time to start looking for new employment. Now obviously, if you are an authority over others, you need to strive to be gracious and caring and kind toward those God has put under your leadership. But how does this relate to your art? Well, ask yourself this. How am I contributing toward a healthier society? Am I simply mirroring the ugliness of broken families? Or am I showing the hope of a better way, a family where kids strive to respect their parents and authority figures, and where those same authority figures are trying to be honorable and care for the little ones around them? There's no need to avoid the grittiness of life, but there's no healing and leaving the audience in the mire. Your calling as a Christian is to care for the audience, to consider the impact your work has upon their lives. It seems like parts of the fine art world and segments of the media industry have focused almost exclusively on our dysfunction. They portray horrible parenting and rebellious children as if it's normal, with no hope for change. But Jesus came to change our hearts, to trust in Him, to love our children, to honor our parents. This is the idea that should fuel your imagination. Make great art, be authentic about the struggles of life, but don't stop there. Begin to show us a way to find hope and healing in our relationships by honoring the 5th commandment. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and click the subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments, just place those down below, and we look forward to continuing this discussion.